It didn't mind me hanging round while it sung and danced and played, and as I watched it from the shade.
Hey friends, welcome back. Teri here. Happy Monday. How are you? It is a gorgeous day here in Michigan. It is 76 out here. We're supposed to be in the mid to high 70s this whole week with chances of storms every day. So, and they said tomorrow, Wednesday and Thursday, the humidity is supposed to be really high. And the pollen count's going to be really high. It's like, oh my Lanta. It's supposed to be spring that summer. But then by Sunday, we're dropping back down to 48. So, my plan was to start hardening off in the garden my onions and my cabbage because they're ready. But I'm going to wait until tomorrow because this morning we were gone all morning long. So, but hopefully you guys had a great weekend. Hopefully your Monday's going good, or whatever day you're seeing this. Our weekend was nice and laid back. Mr. Jerry worked out in his area on projects and everything, and I just stayed in here this weekend. I didn't do a darn thing but craft. That's what retirement's all about. So I worked on my English paper piecing project. I worked on my daily Quaker quick sale, and which is a stitch along, and I started Mr. Jerry's socks, and I was going to do them 2 at a time. It's not working out, so there I'm doing them singly now. So I do have the cuff done, and the leg I am still working on. For me, I do like 30 rounds for the leg because I like a little bit shorter leg, and he likes them like 60 rounds, so it takes a little bit longer. But so I started that. So between all of those, I did finish a cross stitch, that patriotic one. I did finish that. And I'm such a terrible vlogger. I don't have anything around me to show you, so. And then Saturday, I got some Happy Mail. I had ordered a pattern of Long Dog samplers and some fabric, Ada fabric, and so, and the colors that came with it, there was only 3 colors. So yesterday afternoon I started it. Jerry says, how many projects you got going? And I wanted to say to him, how many projects do you have going? But I had finished that one patriotic, and so I started the long dog sampler. I figured it's going to take a little bit to do, and as soon as the Quaker Quick stitch along is done in May, you know, because I'll go through the end of April, then I only have that one, and I'll pull something else out to, you know, so I have a variety. But so this morning got up and it was dreary. It was like 60 at 7 a.m. and made the coffee and everything, and sat out here in the quiet in the sunroom and listened to the birds and everything. Did my devotions. Mr. Jerry slept in until 9 o'clock, quarter after 9, something like that. About that time I got up to go get in the shower, and then he got up, and I noticed the place where we buy our chicken from, and the pig that the half a pig we just got from them was having their chicken sale again, and we had ran out of chicken, so he was buying it from the grocery store, which there's nothing wrong with that. But I told him this morning, I said they're having their chicken sale, which is, it's breast chicken, and it was a 5-pound bag for $11, and we usually get the limit, which is 8 bags. So he had his breakfast, and he had some coffee, and he watched a few things, and I sat out here and stitched on my English paper piecing, and started on my Quaker Quick sale, which I got to go back and finish. But I'm sitting over in this side of it because the sun comes in from the big picture window where I sat in the recliner, and it gets so you can't hardly see because it's so bright. So we left, and we went and picked up all that chicken and everything, and then we came home, and then we had lunch. We both sat down and had our lunch, and then there was a crochet along that started today from Bella Coco, and it is called the, oh, I got it on the TV because I was, oh, that's gonna blow me out. The Flutter, what is it called? Flutter and Bloom Blanket. So so it is squares, and you there is one square called Flutter, and one square called Bloom. Now let's rubbing on the stand here. And so the Flutter, I'm looking at it, has butterflies on the 4 sides of it, and then there's like a diagonal X that goes through it, and the Bloom has little flowers on the 4 sides with a X in it. So today we're starting with the Bloom one, and it took, well, it takes 3 colors. You have your background, and then you have your 2 other colors. I suppose you could do it all in one color. You could do it, you know, a background and just do a variegated, but you're doing a 12-inch square basically, and then you're going to connect them all together. And so it's a 4-week thing. She's going to show you how to do the 2 squares, then she's going to show you how to join them, and then there is for the border. So I went into my stash because I was bound and determined to find something. I know I have white, which I did. It calls for DK, and I'm using worsted weight because I don't have much DK, but I have worsted weight. And her colors was like a lime green and a pink. And I thought, well, I really like those colors. But so after lunch, I got up and I found the white, and I found a pink that I was going to use, and then I found a purple that I like. Now I have to see if I want the darker pink, which is more like a hot pink color, or if I want the lighter in it. So anyways, I sat down. She's got a video thing up. I did buy the pattern. It's a paid for pattern. If you go to her YouTube video, and I'll try to remember to link this video, she has a discount code in it, so to get the pattern. And so I got the pattern, and she's going off her chart, and so I'm going to go off her chart because I was trying to figure out the instructions, because she is over where she's got US terms and she's got UK terms, and she's very good at saying, you know, UK whatever and US whatever. So I just know once I start it, I'll know what stitches, and it is a mosaic square mosaic overlay, which just means that you are working in the back loops and the front loop 2 rows down. So out of my stash, I've got 3 of these. It's a big twist in the white, so it's just a plain white, bright white. And then for the other color, I got Hobby Lobby's I Love This Yarn, and this color is, what is it? Amethyst. Now, I only have one of these. So my thought is that I have one of these, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to need more than this. Instead of ordering and placing an order for a couple of these, I have a different color purple. I didn't bring out the pink. The pink I have 2 of, so, but I don't know. I really like this one, but I only had one, and I'll have to look on the pattern to see how many grams. So, but yeah. So this is black one that I'm doing. I'm using the recommended on the ball band here of a USI, which is a 5.5. I'm using my wooden hook here. And I just finished round 9. I think there's 27 rounds. So this is what it's looking like so far. And of course, you're carrying it up the back, so you've got that line there, and that's what the back's going to look like. So, but I'm liking the color. I like the combo of this one. So, because right here is front loops sticking out, so that would be when she says go down 2 rows, the white is 1 row, the purple is the 2nd row. And when you stitch in the back loop of it, that leaves that front loop open right there, and then that's what you stitch in. And so, but yeah, Really enjoying this. I haven't crocheted in a while. She suggests that you block it. So she says they should be 13 inches, but she's just gonna steam block hers. I don't have a steamer, but all I need to do is measure it out on mats, you know, and then make sure it's like her 13. Mine's going to be bigger than 13 because it is Aran white. So whatever size mine ends up being, I'll pin it out the 4 corners, and then I'll spritz it, and then I'll let it dry up. Actually, I will probably do the 4 corners, and I can tell Jerry's in the house. Can you hear Nala? Jerry?
Yes.
Say? You could come out.
No, I just had to come in and look at something for a minute.
Okay, well, I could tell you were in. So that's what I will do is when I do granny squares and stuff like that, I usually just pin the 4 corners, and then I lightly spritz it because it's acrylic. It doesn't take too long to dry, and then that makes them all the same size, so when you seam them together, however she has us do that. So I did start that. So was going to start in the garden some seeds, but Sunday is supposed to be down to the high of 48, so I'm going to wait until the following week. That way it gives the ground time this week to warm up, and then we can go out and start planting. By that time, my romaine lettuce should be tall enough that I started indoors to plant outside too, so it's got a head start. So, but it's just like hurry up and wait this time of year. But right now it's just like a beautiful summer day. Not a spring day, a summer day. So, but anyways, I've been pulling out my big jug here of Crystal Lake grape lemonade. This is my second one for the day. So, yesterday it was so nice out that Jerry got the grill going, and we grilled pork chops, and then he took a potato, and what he does is he peels it and he chops it up into cubes. You can do slices however you want to do them, and then he usually puts salt and pepper and a little bit of butter on it, and he puts that in a foil packet, and he will put the foil packets out on the grill because I think they got to go almost, if I had to guess, 45 minutes to an hour, and then he'll put he put the pork chops on it, and then we had green beans with it. And I'm telling you, the pork chops were from the pig that we got, and it was so good. And it had in our one recipe had a glaze or a rub over it, and I think all it was a little bit of brown sugar and some seasonings, and that was it. And it wasn't a lot, it was just enough to give it a little bit of a flavor. But the meat was very tender, and when you do the potatoes like that, they tend to get that crispy brown in them, which I told him, I said, you know, that would really be good to do for when we do our dinner for supper sometime, or breakfast for supper sometimes. You could do up potatoes like that, and then we can have scrambled eggs and either sausage links or bacon with our whole wheat bread for toast. So that was really good. Not for sure what we're having for supper tonight. I mean, we're going to try to talk him into grilling something, maybe just hamburgers, something simple. So, but anyways, friends, thanks for stopping back. I just decided to come on. It's like 20 to 5, so it's really late for me to do this, but I got so involved in that crochet square and everything, and you know, I wanted to get it in my head, her terminology and stuff like that. So other than that, how was your weekend? How was your day? Hopefully it's good. This nice weather, I'm hoping to be able to start walking again. Today was the first time since I injured my back that I was able to get out of the house and get into the car. So I'm thinking that I should be able to start back up walking, and when it's nice like this, I'd like to go outside and walk. So, but anyways, just a second. I'm telling you, these allergies. So enjoy your time, enjoy your day, night, and thank you for all the new subscribers, and thank you for my returning friends. I appreciate each and every one of you. Oh, the last thing before I let you go, for my Weight Watcher friends and anybody doing a weight loss journey, Saturday, I think it was Saturday, Jerry had worked out clearing the garden beds, and he got 4 of them done, and neither one of us really were too hungry for supper, and I just said we can just do whatever for supper. Well, he wanted to go to Burger King, and he was going to run in and get it, and he had a coupon for the chicken sandwich, the original sandwich. And I said, well, I don't want any pop, and I really don't want any fries. I really didn't want to eat out, but he said, well, it's a meal. And I said, okay. So it was a meal deal of 2 sandwiches, 2 medium fries. I don't know how much, $5.99, $7.99, I don't know. So anyways, he went in, and what he did was, on one of the fries, he upgraded it to mozzarella sticks. And I'm sitting there, and it came with a medium fry. And in my head, I'm going, I just don't want this. And he brought it home, and what I did was I took half of the fries, and when I picked up the fries, they were cold, so that didn't tempt me. I didn't want them. And then I cut the sandwich in half, and then he went to divide up the mozzarella sticks, and there's a lot there. And I said, nope, I only want 2, because I bet you it looked like there was 8 or 10 in there. And he took the rest, and he took his fries. And so I sat down and I ate half of my chicken sandwich, and 2 mozz sticks, and I had maybe 3 fries of that, and the rest I threw it all away. And I was so stinking proud of myself, because before I would sit there and go, well, I don't want to eat this, and yeah, the fries are cold and they don't taste good, but I would sit there and eat the whole medium fry, eat the whole sandwich, and then take half of the mozzarella sticks. So for me, that was a big win-win. I'm not saying I do that every time, but I was just so proud of myself that I did that. And because I wouldn't be in this situation if I could control the food. So I was very proud of myself for that, because that original chicken sandwich is 18 points, and then their fries are like 7 points for a medium, I think. And I can't remember on those mozzarella sticks. But taking half of it is better than none, and only having 3 fries and 2 mozz sticks is a win in my book. And then Sunday, we did really well. I did very well with all my eating and everything. And he had bought some Mouville ice cream. I wish I could remember what it's called. But it's got salted caramel and Oreos in it. And he scooped up us some ice cream last night, a half a cup, and measured it out and everything. And so I tracked that. And I'm not going to sit there and say, you know, I shouldn't have done that, because I had the extra points to do that. And I felt like that's okay to do every once in a while. So, because if you ever measured out a true half cup, you know that's not a lot. But it's funny how if you just do what the serving size of a half a cup, the ice cream container lasts a whole heck of a lot longer than before. We used to fill a cereal bowl, and half gallon would only last us 2 days. So, but anyways, friends, thanks again. Thanks for listening to me, my ramblings and everything. And till we can meet up again, hopefully on a Tuesday. See you soon.